Hey guys, PETEDAY here. Now today I want to talk to those of you who are either new to your fitness journey or maybe you haven't started yet but you're looking to start a training program or you're looking to join a gym. There are a lot of misconceptions when people, particularly when they start up, that they believe when they step into a gym or they step into that environment for the first time. So I really want to talk about that here today, and I really want to crush some of these misconceptions you might have. Now I'm going to be talking from experience when I go through these and from what I've heard with other people when they're starting up, and it's so common across the board. So I want you to feel that you can relate to this one. But the first one is that people think when they go into a gym that everyone's got it figured out. Everyone's an animal, everyone's a weapon, everyone's training the house down. And the reality is that the variance between people training is so significant at basically any gym, anywhere you go, that there are people coming back from injuries, people are coming back from having multiple kids, people coming that have never trained before. It is intimidating when you first step into a gym. I totally understand it and respect that. And it's that fear, it's that excitement, it's the whole unknown piece that comes with it. Try to step over that fear and just power through it. Having a buddy is a great way to do it, because once you've started up, someone's gonna come in a month or 2 months behind you and all of a sudden you're the mature one that can help and handhold them. So don't feel intimidated. It's totally normal if you do. Just try to plow through it. The second thing that I wanted to talk about is that there is an abundance of information out there. There is too much. This industry is very convoluted in the sense of there's so many people saying different things, and you can get so much information to you and get caught up in the little details. Get the basics right first. So really focus on just getting the routine right and doing the 80%ers. Don't worry about all the different supplementations, when to train, when to eat, all those different little pieces that you can focus on. And that's really the tweaking of the program. Just try to get the basics right first. You know what a good diet looks like. You know, eating clean food, white meats, chicken, your fish, vegetables, those kind of things, your fruits, they're all healthy parts of your diet. Just getting rid of any kind of processed foods. They're the basics in terms of nutrition. In terms of the training programs, you want to mix in some cardio and some weights, really focusing on those big muscle groups. So doing your squats, your deadlifts, those kind of movements are really important to build up your overall strength. So just get the basics right first before you really start to deep dive into a lot of the other little 1%ers in the industry out there, because there is so much information. So you probably do feel a little bit overwhelmed. The third thing that I wanted to talk about is that don't try to do everything at once. When you start, people are so motivated, so engaged, and it's awesome, right? So they come into the gym, they're excited, they're really eager, really keen. You need to try to pull that back just 10-20%, because if you go too hard too early, particularly if you're just starting out, you risk injury, you risk overloading yourself. And also, when you make too much of a lifestyle change, you can almost catapult back into where you were before, or kind of rebound, because it is quite a drastic change. So just get those first elements right first, make tweaks, and just once you've built one thing and you've established a habit, you can then move on to the next one, and that's how you're gonna have long-term sustainability, which is what we're all after. The fourth thing I wanted to talk about is when you're stepping into a gym or a program is that have a plan for what you want to do. Have a structure, have a program, or something that you know you'll be wanting to do that you might have found from the internet, from your gym, from your personal trainer, because that's going to really set you up properly. Getting that right and in place up front is so much more beneficial down the track. So if you're going to the gym, you're walking around trying to do bits and pieces because you've seen things done, try to talk to someone and really have that plan in place. Going in blindfolded is a very challenging way because you're going to have to figure things out as you go along. You risk injury. So just put that in place first before you really start to ramp up your training. Now, the fifth thing I want to talk about is technique. When you're going towards the gym, it's so important you're doing everything properly. So really slowing yourself down in terms of your paces, making sure you're not overloading in terms of the weight, and just focus on the technique to protect your back, to protect your legs, everything else that goes with it, because it's so important you get this right. Again, it would be perfect if you can work with someone who's a trained professional or personal trainer. If not, try to do as much as you can online, but I'd recommend try to get someone else to watch what you're doing, particularly in those early stages, because once you start to lift those weights up, it does get a little bit challenging. So slow it down, focus on technique. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is results. So when you're starting a training program, don't expect results straight away. Often when people come in, they do a couple of sessions, they might get a little bit frustrated with the length of time that it takes to make results or to hit those goals. It's totally normal. It's a longer term gain. enjoy it. Just know that you're chipping away and working towards it, because over time you're going to see this really take effect. So while it may be challenging up front, understand that that progression will work over time. To stick to the plan that you built earlier. One thing I want to talk about too is that often when you start out, you'll get this really nice results and you'll plateau, which is totally normal. It means your body has adopted and it's become used to what you're doing. When these times come, you need to make a change in your training or your diet in order to lift it up, in order to get over that plateau and to keep moving forward. So expect this. It happens with everyone and it's a long game. So stick with it. The last thing I wanted to talk about, guys, is particularly when you're starting out, try to do it with a friend, try to do it with a buddy, try to find someone who's doing it with you, because it's going to help both of you guys stay on track. It gives you someone to talk to, it gives you a soundboard, and it also means that when you're working out, you can push each other along that journey, which is really going to help you during those plateau phases. So if you can, find someone to do it with, have some fun with it, enjoy the whole process, and keep moving forward like that. Thanks guys, hope you enjoyed that video. If you're just starting out your training, keep going, love it. If you're thinking about starting and you're just on that edge and just that little push, just put it in, try for a couple of weeks and see how you go. I'd love to hear any feedback for if you're just starting up. So leave a comment below. Would love to also hear any experiences for those starting out, going through that first couple of phases and how you got over it as well. Give us a follow, hit subscribe down below, and I'll catch you guys later.